Hey friends, I've been having some conversations with one of my hosts about my use of the word friend, and they've been asking me about it, and I've been explaining why, and I thought I would share here as well. I think it's 12 years now that I've been using the word friend as a spiritual practice. I picked this up from the Monastic Academy community, and they in turn picked it up from the Society of Friends, from the Quakers. And it's been a really good practice for me. I love saying friend. I love calling people friend. I call everyone friend, not just my friends and not just human acquaintances that I happen to meet or strangers, but also plants and animals. If I see a dog in the street, for example, I'll say, hey friend. I try to use this practice to cultivate the way of seeing that everyone is a friend. And it's very habitual at this point. I say friend all of the time. I have started saying brother or sister or king or queen in some cases, because that's fun and feels nice. But yeah, friend is the default. And it feels good. It feels good to see people as a friend. It feels good to say it. Sometimes people get bothered. They're like, what do you mean? Why are you calling me friend? I don't know you. But I explain, well, this is a practice for me, and I try to see everyone as a friend. And that's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. I think that's happened maybe 3 or 4 times over the years at most. And mostly it's just really nice. I think people don't notice it, or if they do, they feel warmly towards it. I did have one time last fall. I was traveling abroad and I was flying back to the States, and I was at an airport and I ordered a coffee and I said, thanks friend, to the barista. And he was very warmed by it. He was like, oh, thank you for calling me friend. And we talked about it. That's also pretty rare. People being specifically touched or being offended, those are both kind of extremes. I'd say most times people don't notice it, and that's fine. I don't need them to notice. But for me, it's about cultivating the view that everyone is a friend, or cultivating a friendly view towards everyone. Can I see people in a loving way? Can I treat them in a kind and respectful way? Can that be the default? And that's a good default to have. That's what I want to do with my life. One of the phrases of the Guild Oath is, I aspire to keep love in my heart and to embody kindness with my life. And this is a way of practicing that. Sometimes, in some cases, this hasn't happened for quite a while, but especially in the early days, there would be times where I would notice it was hard to call someone a friend, where I would have some hesitation or some resistance. And in those cases, that's been a really valuable signal, like, oh, what in me is blocking me from seeing this person in a loving way, from treating them in a friendly way, and inquiring about that and sitting with it and feeling through that. And I can't remember the last time that happened, so I think it seems to be my default now to just see some people in this way. Sometimes people will talk about the distinction between loving and liking, and I think it would be nice if I liked everyone, but in practice I don't. There are some people I dislike, there are some people whose company I don't enjoy, and that's okay. That's normal. This practice of calling everyone friend is about love. It's about respect. It's about kindness. Can I have a loving attitude, a respectful attitude, a kind attitude towards everyone? Can that be the default? So it's not about liking everyone. It's about aspiring to love everyone, to be kind towards them, to be respectful towards them, to treat them well. And similarly in practice, I think Strangest Loopy asked me about this recently. I forget how he phrased it, but there are people that I talk to regularly who are my very close friends, who are my dear friends. the language isn't very good here because I use the word friend interchangeably, but I'm fine with that. You know, people like Jane or River or Ulysses or the people in the guild who are my very close friends, who I talk to all the time, who I love very dearly, who I like also. Those are my friends. And then when I say friend, it doesn't necessarily mean that of, oh, we are best friends and we have spent a lot of time together or we know each other well. I may not know you at all, but it means that I want to treat you in a loving, kind, respectful way, and I want to be friendly towards you and act in a friendly way. And then I'm setting that as the standard for myself, that I want to rise to that. And it also means I'm open to developing a friendship, to getting to know each other better, to building a relationship. And you know, there's this quote from Peace Pilgrim that I love. She says that life is like a mirror. If you smile at it, it smiles back. And in a similar way, if you just go into an interaction seeing someone as a friend, they will see you that way as well. And that's a sweeter way to live. It's more loving and happy for all parties. It's been such a good practice for me. And so that's why I call people friend. That's what it means to me. Maybe you'd like to take up the practice as well. No need, but it's a little bit about why I choose to call people friend.